Hi, in this session we are going to show several cool features of Rapise that you probably don't know. If during or after this session you will have any questions, please use the chat window for this advanced topic. I am Dennis from Team Rapise at Inflectra. Let's begin. Imagine that you recorded a test and you do not like auto-generated ID of some object. There is a way to rename the object. In RVL script, right-click the object name that you want to rename and choose Rename. Enter the new name for the object and click OK. You may notice that all object references in RVL script were updated. Also, if you will look at the object repository, you will see that the object is renamed there as well. To quickly view a locator of a web object, right-click its name in RVL script and choose Show XPath for. Here is the locator for this web element. Another method is to find this object in the object tree, go to its properties, find XPath property, and click the ellipsis button. Here we go. Imagine that you executed a test and it failed with the object is not found error. Here it is. If you want to quickly navigate to the failed step, just find the last link in the error description and click on it. Here is the failed step in the RVL script. If you wish to locate the object in the object tree, find the first line of the error message and click on the object name, and it will be opened in the object repository. Sometimes when you look at the report and see a failure, you may want to analyze the execution log as well. To quickly open the execution log, simply click Ctrl-Shift-O keyboard shortcut. Here is the execution log. Let's hide it. Another way to open it is to use the menu View, Show, Output. If you need to analyze previous execution reports for a test, there is an easy way to do it. Rapise remembers all the execution reports. Simply go to Files and expand the Reports folder. Here we have all the previous execution reports for a test. To open it, simply double-click the report in this list. Here we go. If you want to locate this file on disk, right-click it in the tree and choose Reveal in Explorer. Here we go. If you want to add a step to RVL script and the object you want to use is already in the object repository, you may add the step very quickly. Simply click in the object column on the line where you want to add a step and start typing the object name. When you will see that the object name is appearing in the cell, simply press Tab on the keyboard. And Rapise will complete the editing of the object cell and will automatically proceed to the action cell. Do the same here. Simply start typing the name of the action that you want to use. Do set text. I see the name of the action and I click Tab on the keyboard again. Rapise generates parameter name and parameter type for all the parameters that this action requires and sets the cursor in the cell of the param value. So I just need to enter the parameter value that I want to use with this action. So I type admin. If you prefer mouse over keyboard, you may simply drag action to RVL. Find the object that you want to act on, expand its actions, and find the action that you want to perform. I want to do set text, and simply drag it to RVL, and Rapise generate the line for you. You just need to specify the parameter. We all do mistakes, and sometimes there is a need to undo changes in RVL. Here we are on the RVL sheet, and I just added the line 8 that enters the password. If I want to quickly undo this change, I may simply type Ctrl-Z on the keyboard, and Rapise will remove this line. If I want to return this line back, redo, then I may simply press Ctrl-Y on the keyboard and the line will be returned back. If you do not remember the shortcuts, you may use the main menu. Let's go to Edit, Undo, and the line disappears. Edit, Redo, and we see the line again. When you implement a custom function in JavaScript and plan to use it in RVL script, it is a good practice to specify parameter types. To do this, use special comments before parameter names. The format of this comment is /2 characters, then parameter type, asterisk, and slash. Possible parameter types are string, number, Boolean, and object ID. Let's have a look how Rapise will generate these functions in RVL. I'm switching to RVL, and first I will use function noparams. Noparams. Here we go. You may see that all parameter types are expression and param value is null. Let's use the second function with parameter types. You may see that Rapise generated parameter types here. Moreover, if you will expand the object ID dropdown, you will see objects from the object repository. There is a quick way to switch between files of a test. To open the main.js file, the entry point of every test, you need to click Test on the toolbar. To open the user.js file, click on the user link in the toolbar. This is the place for your custom functions. And finally, to quickly open the RVL, click RVL link on the toolbar. This is your RVL script. Some actions in RVL have optional parameters and they are not visible by default. So let's look at the example. I will add global doWaitFor action, and by default you may see that it has just one parameter, object ID, but it also has optional parameters that probably you will not want to use every time. So this is why they are optional. To add them to RVL, simply go to the main toolbar and click on Params button here, and the option parameters are added. There is another way. Let's add one more doWaitFor action. If we are on the required parameter, we may simply press Shift-Enter, and Rapise will go to the next parameter and will offer what parameter to add. Just click on it and press Tab on the keyboard and it will be added. We may click Shift-Enter one more time and the next optional parameter will be displayed. You may choose it as well, but if you don't need it, you may simply proceed with editing of your RVL script. You may define several sheets in your RVL script. This is a way to split a long test into parts that are easier to manage. Here I am going to cut the steps that perform the login in the system. And I will create a new sheet. I click on Add New Link at the top of RVL. And let's give it a name Login. OK, and here I will paste my steps. Here we go. Let's return to the main RVL sheet. And to run the steps from the login sheet on RVL Sheet, I will add a step. The object name should be RVL. This is a global object in Rapise, and action should be do play sheet. And here in the drop-down in the param value column, I should see the name of my sheet that I just created. So I choose login. Now, if I will run this test, it will first run the steps from the login sheet and then will proceed with the rest of the steps. You may declare global and local variables in RVL. So let's take a look at this example. Here on the sheet A, I have two variables. One of them is local, with the name local variable, and another one is global. Here we see that it is global and its name is global variable. The global variable may be assigned someone else. If it is not assigned yet, then Rapise will use the default value that we can provide here as well. On this sheet we print values of the local and global variable, and then we play actions from the sheet B. Let's take a look at sheet B. Here we also have a local variable and it is visible only on sheet B. And we have a global variable with the same name as on sheet A, and we also print them. So I am going to run the sheet A, play this sheet, and we'll take a look at the report. So here we have two lines. These are report messages from sheet A. This is the local variable and this is the global variable. This is the local variable from sheet B and it has different value. It's visible only on sheet B. And this is the global variable from sheet B and it has value sheet A because it was already assigned before on the sheet A. Since it is possible to create multiple sheets in RVL, one may want to pass values between those sheets. Let's see at the example. Here I have a sheet B and it simply prints the value of global variable, input value. This variable has the default value TBD. Let's run this sheet from sheet A. To run it, I will add RVL do play sheet and we'll choose sheet B in the drop-down. Let's run it as is. So I am running this statement and in the report I am getting TBD. If I want to pass the value of the input value variable from sheet A, I need to add one more line after do play sheet. The type of this line is param, and here I just need to specify the name of the global variable defined on the sheet B. I type here input value, the type of it is string, and let's provide the value from sheet A. Let's run it once again. Play this sheet. And now we see that the value from sheet A was successfully printed from sheet B. What if we want to return something from sheet B? When we are done with the steps on sheet B, we may add RVL return. And in the message, we may specify the value to return. Hello from sheet B. Alright, and on sheet A, we get this value in the last result predefined variable. I may print it. Tester, message. I will change param type to variable, and here is the last result. Last result should contain the result of the last executed action. So if I will run it one more time, we will see the hello from sheet B returned value. Here is how you may pass values from one sheet to another and receive the result back. If you are going to create many tests for your application, it is a good idea to use subtest feature in Rapise. You may create one test that will be a root of your testing framework and implement your test cases as subtests in your testing framework, and they may use the same shared object repository and the same shared custom functions. There are different options actually. So let's see how to create a subtest in Rapise. I'm right-clicking the root node in my files view and choosing Create Subtest. Here I need to provide the name for this subtest, my subtest, and I may specify if I want to have own object repository for this test, or I may want to reuse global object repository, and the same is for user-defined functions from user.js. The test may have its own custom functions file or may reuse functions from the common user.js file of the root test in the framework. So I select Create, and my subtest is created now and is added to the files view. Here we go. The subtest has the same structure as ordinary test. If we will expand the node of the subtest, we will see all the usual files: main.js, RVL, object repository, and user.js file. You may turn one of your subtests into a template test case. This test case will contain some implemented steps that all test cases in your system should have: data binding, initialization, and finalization. So whenever you need a new test case in your testing framework, you simply right-click the template and choose Clone. Then you need to specify the name for your new test case created from template, and this copy will contain exactly the same steps and the same object repository as your template test case. Here we go. When you want to record steps into your subtest, you may open it in another copy of Rapise. Just double-click the node of the subtest and another copy of Rapise will be opened. Here you may record and play the test as usual. Alternatively, you may do recording right from the parent test. Simply right-click the node of the subtest and choose Record. Do your steps and finish recording, and Rapise will prompt you to insert your steps into RVL of your subtest created from template. I insert my step and save it. Let's close the browser, and now I will play just this subtest. Again, I right-click the node of the subtest and choose Play, and it should replay the steps from RVL of this subtest. So it should click on Register Patient and then do the logout and close the browser. Yeah, it works. What if you want to take a look at the object repository of this subtest? You may right-click it and choose Show Objects, and objects of this subtest will be loaded into the Objects tree view. There is a way to run a sheet from another test. In my example, I have the main RVL file of my testing framework, and it contains init and terminate sheets, and I want to run them from my subtest. I am going to RVL file of my subtest. It is empty now. As an object, I choose RVL. The action should be do play script. This section has optional parameters. I am adding them. In this drop-down, I have the list of all the RVL files in my testing framework. I am choosing the file that I need. And in the drop-down for the sheet name, I now can see init and terminate. So I am choosing init. Here is an advice for those who are using SpyroTest integration. If you need to run Rapise launcher on a machine and Rapise is started on that machine, you may simply go to the main menu Tools and choose Rapise launcher to start it. If you want to start Rapise launcher on Windows logon, open Rapise launcher, switch to Client Setup tab, and find the checkbox below Start at Logon. If you will set it, next time you will boot into Windows, Rapise launcher will be started automatically. What if I need to copy an object from one test to another? It is possible to do with Object Manager in Rapise. To open the Object Manager, go to Tools, Object Manager, and here we have our current test opened. Let's open the second test that contains the object that we need. I am navigating to this test and opening its object repository, which is inside objects.js. This file is now a destination, and I want it to be a source. To quickly switch source and destination, I click on this button in the middle. I need this object in patient word, and I want to copy it from the left side to the right side. I select it and click Copy Object to the Right button. The change was performed by Rapise, and I click OK. And if I will refresh my object repository and will go to the login window, I will see this object in the test where I wanted to copy it. Inflectra has an account on GitHub, and it contains many repositories related to Rapise. To reach the Inflectra GitHub account, simply type the URL github.com/inflectra, and you will see a bunch of repositories. To find Rapise repositories, simply filter by using Rapise name in the search field. Here we have many repositories that you may freely clone and reuse. Every repository has a description. You may go inside and read about them. One of these repositories is special. Its name is Rapise Power Pack. It contains modules that you may clone and use in your Rapise tests. Those modules solve some advanced tasks like checking emails, reading data from PDF or generating some random data. Let's see. I'm going to open PDF extract part of this repository. It contains the description, what you need to do to include this module into your test and how you may use it in RVL and in some cases in JavaScript. Rapise has a knowledge base, and it contains a lot of articles that may help you to solve particular tasks that you may encounter during your testing projects. To open the knowledge base, open Rapise, make sure that Start page is displayed, locate the Online Resources section, and here you will see Knowledge Base link. Click on it, and Rapise will open the knowledge base in your default browser. You will see the list of articles. You may scroll the list and open the article that you need. Also, there is a search field here. You may search what you need by typing the keywords. Let's type Jenkins. And the knowledge base will display the list of articles that contain this word. Here is the article that explains how to run Rapise tests with Jenkins. I'm clicking on the title, and here I get the detailed instruction with screenshots how to configure Jenkins to run Rapise tests. The ultimate source of information about Rapise is Rapise doc website. To open it, use the main menu Help, Online Help. The help will be opened in your default browser. Let's take a look what sections we have in the Help website. On the left side, there are links to hot topics like DevOps, data-driven testing, and framework construction. There is also a link to the knowledge base. In the middle, there are links to technologies. If you want to test web or desktop or mobile application or do API testing, use these links. Let's click on web, for example, and it contains the references to the tutorial how to set up the web browsers, how to create web application profiles, and also links to the webinars. Let's go back. If you need a manual that explains how to do some configuration or integration with third-party tools, go to Manual section. Here it is on the main menu. And on the left side we have links to all the manuals. If you want to get the information about recent changes in Rapise, you may go to Release Notes section. It is the last one on the main menu. Release notes, and you may see what has changed in particular version of Rapise. There is also education section, and it contains links to all our recorded webinars that you may watch on YouTube. Let's also go to the user's guide. The user's guide contains description of different parts of Rapise, dialog boxes, and how to use all the features of Rapise. In the libraries section, you may find the description of API of objects supported by Rapise. If you need a global object, for example, you may find all the actions that this object supports and what parameters you may need to pass to this object. If you are acting on some UI element, if it is web, let's go to HTML and find HTML object. Here we see what we can do with the HTML object or web element, what actions we can do and what properties we can read. This is Rapise documentation, and this is the ultimate source information about Rapise. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this session useful. See you next time.